Intonation is related to the musical quality of a language, that is, in Gujarati, it is called Arohavro. Intonation can be described as the movement and variation in pitch, the volume, the sound force when we speak sentences. For example, it may be high, it may be low, it may be falling, it may be rising. The voice goes up and the voice goes down. The volume is up, then the volume goes down. That is called intonation. It is the prosodic feature of the language. Prosody means related to the musicality of the language, the chanda, that is called. Then, what is intonation in simple language? Intonation is about how we say things. It is not about what we say. We say sentences, we ask questions, we give orders, we give commands, we are amazed by something, exclamatory sentences. We have negative sentences, we have different attitudes. So, how do we say sentence? That is intonation. It is generally related to whole sentence. So, the stress differs from the intonation. Intonation is variation in spoken pitch. When we speak, the pitch differs. High, low. Why do we do this? We distinguish words. It has range of functions. How? We show attitudes. It shows emotion of the speaker. It signals the difference between statements, between questions. So this is a question and this is a statement. It is also related to different types of questions. It shows. It also helps focus on attention on important elements of spoken message. It helps regulate our conversational interactions. It regulates us. How? Because everybody asks the question in the same tone. Everybody exclaims in the same tone. So it regulates the language. You just think that asking questions in a different tone, how can anybody understand this? A language has regular tone. In Gujarati, we ask questions differently. In English, we ask questions differently. So that is the tone, intonation of asking questions. It is used, intonation is used to describe variation in pitch, tone, stress, tempo, and rhythm. Now, what is pitch? Pitch is the degree of highness and lowness of voice, the loudness of voice. High pitch, loud voice. Low pitch, low voice. For example, I give you the meaning. You are coming? You are coming, right? You see the difference between the two sentences. If I change the loudness, you are coming, you are coming, right? Changes the meaning of the sentence. You are coming, right? Somewhere there is anger, somewhere there is software. You are coming. So stress is the making syllable prominent. It is also part of intonation when you give stress. Then tempo. What is tempo? Tempo is the speed of language. Fast speech can show urgency, emergency. Slow speech can show emphasis, seriousness. So, how you speak, fast or slow? It is related to intonation. What is your tone? Rising tone, falling tone. What is your emotion? What is your attitude? That can be reflected in the tone. Then comes rhythm. Rhythm is the musicality of a language, the flow of stressed and unstressed syllables. You can sing a song because it has rhythm in it. Regularly, we have stressed and unstressed syllables. It is called meter of language. Sonnet has different meter. There are many types of meter. We can sing a song because it has a rhythm. We cannot sing a song if it has no rhythm. So it is also related to intonation. Now, why do we need intonation? Why? First thing, as I told you, it shows grammatical function. How? When we change a tone, it indicates that the sentence has ended, a new phrase has started, new sentence has started. Different tone indicate that this is a simple statement, this is a question, this is an exclamatory sentence, this is a command. Different grammatical functions play when we change our tone. You know, the order, when we give command to somebody, different tone, but when we ask for information, different tone. I will give you examples. Then, those who sold quickly made profit. A profit was made by those who sold quickly, because I emphasized those. Then, if I change my tone, those who sold quickly made profit. You see, if I change my stress differently on quickly, it changes the meaning. I have given you many examples of that. Then intonation is used to show attitude, your mental state, your emotion. If you are excited, your intonation will be different. If you are enthusiastic, if you are frustrated, if you are in doubt, if you are surprised to see something, you are joyous, very much happy. If you are in pain, if you are speaking ironically, if you are in very much anger, if you are feeling boring, if you are grateful, you are thanking somebody, you see the tone in these sentences. We can find out by somebody's tone what his mood is. That is why intonation is important. We can find out by his way of intonation, using intonation, his mood. Intonation is very useful in some social professions, social identity, in some of the professions. Like lawyers have special intonation, police, army officers have special intonation, religious leaders, gurus have special intonations, sports commentators. You can see, when you listen to sports commentators, you can easily find out the intonation, and you can easily say that this is the sports commentator who is speaking, right? Special intonations are there for special professions. That is why intonation is useful. Let us understand about the four types of intonation. First type is falling. You see the word falling, you are dropping down, means you are lowering your voice, you are softening your voice. You rising with the voice, suddenly you are making your voice softer, lower. The pitch begins to fall. This is the symbol. You can see the symbol here. This is the symbol of falling intonation. Means you speak with a loud voice, then you slowly start to fall your voice, lower your voice. That is called falling intonation. I give you many examples. When do we use falling intonation? Just to give information, just for declarative sentences, just for statements, simple statements. For example, listen to me carefully. How my voice falls. We live in Moscow. I don't want to call her. They left for London yesterday. I would like a sandwich and a cup of coffee, please. You can see, when I go towards the end of the sentence, my voice is lowered. Second is, when you want to Ask questions and want information. What questions with WH words? When you ask questions with who, what, when, where, why, which, how, it is falling intonation. If you practice at your home, you will find that slowly my voice is going down. Let me give you some examples. What's your name? You can see I have started with loud noise. What's your name? Then slowly going down. Where do you work? Why are you happy? What time it is? Who is she? When is she coming? Right? This is how falling intonation in WH questions. Then when we give orders to somebody in a restaurant, when we command somebody, it becomes the falling intonation. Leave it on the desk. Take that picture down. Switch off the fan. Throw that out. Open the window. Write your name here. Show me what you have written. Leave it on the desk. Take that picture down. Throw that out. You can see commands have falling intonation. Then we have question text. Question tags have falling intonation and rising intonation. Mind well. We use falling intonation when we know what we have said is true. For example, and we don't want to actually ask question. For example, I will give you more examples. He thinks he is so clever, doesn't he? She is such a nuisance, isn't she? Isn't she? No, isn't she? We don't want any confirmation. We know this. We know the answer. I failed the test because I didn't revise, did I? Look at the falling intonation in question text. But when we want answer from somebody, we ask raising question. Have we? Doesn't he? So we want answer from somebody. For example, if the intonation goes down, you are inviting the listener to agree with you. But if the intonation goes up, it's really a question. Means rising intonation, you are really asking question in question tag. And in exclamations, exclamatory sentences also carry falling intonation. Let me tell you, how nice of you. That's just what I need. You don't say, what a beautiful voice. Hello, good morning. How nice of you. What a wonderful surprise. Now see the falling intonation. Then we have rising intonation. This is the symbol of rising intonation. Rising means our voice rises at the end of the sentence slowly. The pitch begins to rise. At the end of the sentence, tone rises. I give you examples. When you ask yes no questions, the tone rises. Let us speak. Are you ready to start? Have you read this book? Are you coming later? May I help you? Is it cold outside? Shall I wait for you? Did he bring his money? Now see, I start with slow voice and when I end, the voice rises. Because I am not a native English speaker, you can listen to the video links I have given and you can see the how native English speaker uses these tones. Then when we speak the list, we have rising, rising, rising and falling. You can see when we speak list, we have rising, rising and rising. List. For example, we have got apples, pears, bananas and oranges. In the last letter of the list, we fall. For example, the sweater comes in blue, white, pink and black. I like football, tennis, basketball and volleyball. I bought a t-shirt, skirt and a handbag. Now see, when the list goes up, our voice rises, but when we end with the last word of the list, we fall. Mind well this. So rise fall is there. Third type of this is rising falling. In the same sentence, we have rising falling. I told you in the list, we have rising, 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 and then last we have falling. Right? I told you we have got an apples, pears, bananas, and oranges. Right? That's the in list. We have third type of intonation, that is rising, 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 fall, rising, fall. That is the tone rises and then falls. When you are asking giving some choices to select, there is rise fall. For example, are you having soup or salad? Is John living on Thursday or Friday? Right? Rise and fall. You can see. Are you living on Thursday or Friday? See, rise and fall. There is a common question when we ask to our guest. Would you like to have coffee or tea? See, when we speak coffee, we rise, but when we speak tea, we fall. Do you like to have coffee or tea? See, when we speak tea, we fall. Very carefully listen to all these things. Then the last one is falling, rising. We start with fall, then we rise. Right? Fall and rise. When do we use fall and rise? When we are not sure what we are saying, we are not sure. We are hesitant. So, would you be willing to confirm that? Well, right? Fall and rise. I suppose you didn't see him on Monday. I don't quite remember. When you have politeness, when you have doubt, you can use this. When you make questions in intonation pattern, you look more polite. You don't know the answer. Perhaps we could visit the place. Should we copy the list? Do you think it's allowed? Right? So fall and then suddenly rise. We are polite. We have doubts. Is the copy allowed? Let's see. So these are the falling, rising tone. Okay. In the rising falling tone, when there are unfinished types of thoughts, partial statements, statements, there is also rising falling tone. The speaker is hesitated to express his thoughts. Do you like my new handbag? Well, the leather is nice, but I don't like it. Like rise and fall. So this is for today.